The universe has always been a mirror. It does not punish. It reflects everything that you give to it. It sends back to you. For too long, humanity has been sending noise, confusion, and separation. We have filled the space around us with thoughts that serve only the ego, with emotions that seek control, and with actions that move us away from balance. The result is simple: imbalance within, imbalance without. That is why the energy of 6 November carries weight. It arrives not as an accident, but as a mirror returning what has been long ignored. The movement of the universe is precise. It never delays, it never rushes. But when the imbalance reaches a certain point, correction becomes necessary. This is not a threat, it is truth. The patience of the universe is vast, yet not endless. It has watched the rise of distraction, the addiction to illusion, and the silence of the human spirit. Now it moves. 6 November is not just another date. It is the point where reflection becomes consequence. The echo of all that was sent out begins to return. For years, people have been chasing more wealth, more attention, more recognition, but the universe was never designed for more. It was designed for enough. It seeks harmony, not excess. It responds to balance, not noise. On 6 November, that principle stands firm. The energies that were once scattered begin to align again, and those who have lived without alignment will feel the shift. The universe is not angry, it is correcting its own rhythm, and within that correction lies your chance to awaken. Every thought you have ever sent out. Life's in motion, nothing disappears. Thoughts are not light, they are weight, they gather, they build momentum. Humanity's collective thought has grown heavy with fear, with conflict, with greed. When the weight becomes too much, it must be released. 6 November marks such a release. It is not the end, it is the cleansing. The vibration of the planet changes because it must. You will feel it not outside, but within. When imbalance grows too strong, nature steps in. The body does this too. When it is poisoned, it sweats. When the mind is restless, it dreams. When the planet is disturbed, it responds. 6 November is the response. What will you see? You will see truth stripped of comfort. You will feel reality without disguise. The lies we have built about success, about happiness, about control will begin to dissolve. The universe does not need to shout. It simply withdraws its patience. And when patience ends, truth speaks. This truth will not come gently for everyone. It will shake, it will break, it will demand clarity. Those who have been living asleep will wake up abruptly. Those who have been preparing in silence will move with the flow. It is not about fear, it is about readiness. The universe is aligning itself again with its natural order. Those who resist will be shaken. Those who surrender will rise. 6 November is the mirror that shows who you have become. Many people wait for miracles, but miracles do not appear from comfort. They appear from correction. 6 November carries the energy of correction. It is a reminder that what you see outside is always what you have carried inside. You cannot blame the storm when it is your own wind that stirred it. You cannot curse the reflection when it is your own face looking back. This is the teaching of balance. And balance is the essence of all wisdom. The universe never wanted suffering. It wanted awareness, but awareness cannot grow in comfort. It grows in contrast. When the balance tips too far, it returns sharply. That is the sharpness of 6 November. Not cruelty, but clarity. You will see what you have ignored. You will feel what you have denied. And in that feeling, transformation begins. This day is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to strip away what was false. When the false falls, the true stands alone. That is why this date matters. It is a reminder that the universal law cannot be cheated. You can delay, but you cannot escape the reflection. Every vibration sent returns. Every energy expressed is recorded. And when the record is full, it plays back. 6 November is the playback, the sound of your own creation returning. To understand this is to stand in awareness. Do not fear what comes. Observe it. Learn from it. Let the noise of the world crumble if it must, but keep your inner space clear. The wise will not fight the current, they will move with it. The universe is not cruel. It is precise. It gives exactly what you have given it. And that is justice beyond judgment. 6 November is a symbol, a turning point in vibration. The patience of the universe is sacred, but it is also purposeful. When it ends, it is not anger. It is alignment. You cannot stop it. You can only meet it with awareness. Stand still, breathe deeply, watch what unfolds without running. This is how balance is restored, not through control, but through understanding. If you feel chaos on 6 November, remember, chaos is only balance rearranging itself. Let it move through you. Let it cleanse what no longer belongs. Do not resist the storm. The storm does not come to destroy you. It comes to reveal you. This is the teaching that lives inside the correction. This is the message that travels with the energy of that day. The mirror will show everything. The fear, the truth, the strength, the weakness. Look without turning away, because only through awareness can transformation begin. The universe has not lost patience with you. It has lost patience with delay. The time for change is no longer soon. It is now. It begins on 6 November. And when you meet it with stillness, when you meet it with truth, the reflection will not break you. It will free you. The universe has been speaking for a long time, but humanity has forgotten how to listen. The signs have always been there, subtle, patient, repeating, but they were ignored. Every whisper of truth that was meant to awaken became lost in the noise of human distraction. People heard but did not understand, saw but did not perceive. Now, the silence is breaking. 6 November carries the weight of all those unheard messages. It is the day when the universe stops whispering and begins to roar. For years, nature has tried to remind us of balance, through still mornings, through the wind, through the rise and fall of every breath. But humans chose to hear only their desires. They filled the world with their noise, their greed, their endless chase for more. The quiet space that once allowed wisdom to flow became polluted with chaos. And when silence is forgotten, wisdom disappears. The 6th November is not an arrival of punishment. It is a reply. It is the voice of everything that has been ignored for too long. The universe speaks in cycles. It never reacts instantly. It waits. It allows you time to see, time to learn, time to grow. But when awareness is refused again and again, the balance must return by force. This is why 6 November feels heavy. It is not a random date. It is the moment when the waiting ends. The patience of the universe reaches its edge, not in anger, but in necessity. What was once a whisper becomes a storm, because nothing else can wake the sleeping mind. For too long, people have mistaken comfort for peace. They thought silence meant safety. They believed nothing was wrong because nothing was loud. But silence is not always peace. It can also be warning. The calm before correction is never quiet by accident. The universe gives gentle signals before it gives sharp lessons. Every ignored sign adds weight to what must eventually be understood. 6 November is the day that understanding arrives, not through words, but through reality. When imbalance grows too strong, it speaks through everything. The weather changes, the energy of people shifts. The inner world grows restless. Those who are sensitive can already feel it. The air before 6 November carries a strange tension. Something is waking, something is aligning. It is not the world that is shifting, it is consciousness itself. The signs are everywhere for those willing to see. But most people look outward, not inward, so they miss the message completely. The signs were never hidden. They were in your exhaustion after chasing meaningless goals. They were in the emptiness you felt after getting everything you thought you wanted. They were in the silence of your own spirit waiting to be heard. Each of those was a call from the universe, asking you to return home, to awareness, to truth, to stillness. But few listened. And when the inner voice is ignored, the outer world begins to speak louder. That is what 6 November represents. The voice of truth breaking through the noise of human denial. The signs of correction have been visible for a long time. You can see them in the world's chaos, in the constant conflict, in the growing disconnection between people and themselves. These are not random events. They are reflections of inner disorder. The outer world always mirrors the inner state. So when you see storms, divisions, and restlessness spreading, understand that they began within. The 6th November is the reflection point, where what has been building inside manifests outside with full force. This day is not meant to frighten. It is meant to awaken. The signs have been gentle until now, but humanity has trained itself to ignore anything that does not bring comfort. People want peace, but they resist change. They want happiness, but they cling to suffering. The universe cannot wait forever for awareness to grow, so it intervenes. The 6th November is the intervention. It is the natural law in motion, clearing away the blindness that has been cultivated through years of ignorance. When you see the signs becoming louder, do not run, stand still, watch, learn. The universe is showing you exactly what needs to change. The same way a mirror shows dirt on your face, life shows the darkness within your thoughts. You cannot clean what you refuse to see. This day is the reflection you can no longer avoid. The signs were ignored for too long, and now the truth is unavoidable. The universe is not being cruel, it is being clear. Each person will feel the 6th November differently. Those who have been awake will feel peace in its movement. They will see through the illusion of collapse and recognize rebalance. But those who still live in distraction will feel it as chaos, as loss, as confusion. The difference is not in the day, it is in the level of awareness within you. The universe always teaches the same lesson, but the student's readiness decides how painful it feels. This is the moment when self-growth must become more than an idea. It must become action. Awareness without change is useless. The signs have been calling for alignment, for the human being to return to simplicity, to gratitude, to presence. The 6th November does not ask you to fear. It asks you to remember what truly matters. Remember that every moment of ignorance has a cost. Remember that the universe waits for truth, not for excuses. When you begin to live with awareness, you no longer need the universe to shout. You begin to hear the whisper again. You begin to sense the guidance before the correction. That is what true connection feels like, a dialogue between your energy and the energy of existence itself. But when connection breaks, correction follows. The 6th November is correction in motion, not against humanity, but for its awakening. The signs were always there. The universe never hid its intention. It showed through the rise and fall of life, through every breath, through every choice that led away from truth. And now the message becomes undeniable. This day, this shift, this energy, everything that happens on 6 November is a mirror of how long the signs have been dismissed. But even now, there is grace within the correction, because every end carries the seed of a new beginning. The universe has waited long enough. Now it speaks clearly. The whispers have turned into thunder, the silence into movement. 6 November is not coming to destroy, it is coming to awaken. The signs that ignored are now embodied in this single moment of truth. And for those who are ready, it will not be darkness that arrives, but light disguised as change. For a long time, human beings have lived inside the illusion of control. They have believed that the world must move according to their desires, that life must obey their plans, and that nature must bend to their comfort. But control is the greatest illusion of all. It builds a cage made of fear and then convinces you that you are free inside it. The energy of 6 November will expose that illusion. It will shake the structures that were built on false certainty, and it will reveal how fragile human control has always been. When you try to control everything, you stop trusting life. You start believing that peace comes from the outside, from perfect order, from keeping everything predictable. But life was never meant to be predictable. It was meant to be alive. The need to control comes from fear, and fear comes from separation, the separation from truth, from nature, from your own inner self. The 6th November will strip that separation away. It will not ask for permission. It will simply show what is real. The collapse of false control is not destruction. It is liberation. Everything that is not built on truth must fall, and what many call chaos is often just a process of clarity returning. The universe does not destroy for pleasure. It removes what no longer serves. On 6 November, the energy of truth will rise like a wave, breaking the walls built from ego, comfort, and denial. Many will try to hold on. They will cling to their routines, their positions, their illusions of safety. But the more you resist the current, the more it will drag you down. The only way through is surrender, not to fear, but to truth. Human beings created systems to control everything. Time, nature, emotions, even other people. They have forgotten how to live without holding on. They measure life through schedules, not through presence. They define success by accumulation, not by awareness. But the energy that surrounds 6 November will make it impossible to keep pretending. The cracks in the illusion are already visible. When the day comes, those cracks will become openings through which truth enters, unstoppable and clear. There will be those who panic when their control collapses. They will think they are losing everything, but what is truly being lost is the weight of falseness. The pain of letting go is only the pain of realizing you are never holding anything real. The structures of society, the systems of power, the constant chase for validation, all of it begins to tremble when universal balance returns. The 6th November is not chaos arriving, it is truth awakening. It is the correction of everything that has been held too tightly. When the illusion of control breaks, you begin to see how life actually works. The wind does not need your permission to blow. The ocean does not ask for approval before its waves rise. The heart beats not because you command it, but because life itself moves through you. That same force that governs the stars also governs your breath. On 6 November, the universe will remind humanity that it was never the master, only the participant. This realization is not humiliation, it is awakening. The collapse of control may look like loss, but it is actually renewal. It is the removal of everything unnecessary. What remains after 6 November will be cleaner, simpler, truer. Many people will see systems fall, relationships change, and paths close. But these are not endings, they are redirections. The universe is not cruel, it is precise. When the false collapses, the true is revealed. The task is not to rebuild the illusion, but to understand why it fell. Control has always been rooted in fear, fear of uncertainty, fear of failure, fear of losing identity. But fear cannot exist where awareness lives. That is why awareness is the antidote to collapse. If you are awake, you do not suffer when illusions fall. You simply watch them dissolve. 6 November will test that awareness. It will show who still clings and who has learned to let go. To those who cling, it will feel heavy. To those who have surrendered, it will feel freeing. This day carries the energy of reset. The universe is not interested in maintaining your comfort, it is interested in restoring balance. The more you have built your life around control, the harder this day will feel. But the pain is not punishment, it is purification. It cleans the space so that growth can begin. Many people ask for transformation but refuse to lose their control. Transformation cannot happen without collapse. The 6th November will remind everyone of that truth. You are not being destroyed, you are being refined. The collapse is only the removal of illusion. When the ego no longer controls your actions, your true nature begins to emerge, calm, patient, aware. That is the purpose behind what will happen. The universe wants alignment, not domination. It wants movement, not stagnation. The fall of false control is not the end of power. It is the birth of real power, the kind that flows, not the kind that grips. When the illusion shatters, stay still. Do not fight the wind that blows through your life. Let it remove what no longer belongs. Everything you lose on 6 November will make room for something purer. Let the correction happen without fear. The greatest strength lies in surrender. When you no longer fight the universe, you begin to move with it. And in that flow, you discover a peace that no control could ever give you. There will be moments of discomfort. There will be moments when you question everything. But remember, The discomfort is the body adjusting to freedom. You are learning to breathe again without the walls you built around yourself. The 6th November is a teacher, and its lesson is simple. You were never meant to hold everything together. You were meant to become aware enough to let things unfold. The illusion of control is ending. The structures will fall, but awareness will rise. This is how truth returns, not softly, but clearly. The 6th November will remind you that the only control you ever truly had was over your own state of being. The rest was never yours to command. And once you see this, once you stop clinging, the collapse will no longer feel like an ending. It will feel like the first deep breath of real freedom. The 6th November will not belong to the loud. It will belong to the silent. When the noise of the world grows unbearable, silence becomes your greatest strength. Everything outside will move fast, unstable, unpredictable. But within, there must be stillness. This is where truth lives. The stillness does not mean doing nothing. It means being fully aware while everything else shifts. The 6th November will test how deeply you can stay in that space. The space where fear cannot reach. The world has trained you to react. Every movement, every word, every event pulls your attention outward. People have forgotten what it means to be still. They chase every thought, argue with every feeling, drown in every emotion. But life is not found in reaction. It is found in observation. The energy that will rise on 6th November will demand this from you. To observe, not to fight. To stay centered when the world tilts. Those who can remain silent inside will walk through the storm untouched. Stillness is not weakness. It is awareness without panic. It is strength without noise. On 6th November, everything false will make sound, chaos, fear, argument, defense. But truth will remain quiet. The universe always moves this way. The storm outside reveals who has mastered calm inside. The wise do not hide from the storm. They watch it pass through. They know that no wind can break what is rooted in awareness. To return to stillness, you must first recognize your restlessness. The mind always seeks distraction because it fears its own depth. It jumps from thought to thought, chasing comfort, avoiding presence. But on 6th November, comfort will not exist. Distraction will lose power. The world will force you to face yourself. And in that moment, you will see clearly all your noise, all your confusion, all your unnecessary motion. This is not punishment. It is revelation. The universe is showing you the space between who you are and who you pretend to be. When you become still, the universe reveals its rhythm. The same silence that exists in meditation exists in the movement of stars, in the space between sounds, in the pause between breaths. That silence is not emptiness, it is pure awareness. On 6th November, when energies collide and illusions crumble, those who carry silence within will not be shaken. They will move with clarity while others fall into reaction. The difference will not be in the world. It will be in the state of being. The 6th November carries the vibration of awakening. It is the point where everything false becomes loud enough to break itself. But if you stand still, you will not be part of that noise. Stillness allows you to see the difference between real and unreal. It gives you vision beyond panic. It allows you to act only when necessary and to remain silent when silence is the answer. This is mastery. To move without being moved by fear. Human beings are afraid of stillness because it reveals everything they have avoided. In silence, the truth speaks. It tells you what needs to be healed, what must be released, what can no longer stay. Most people would rather stay distracted than face themselves. That is why 6th November feels threatening. It brings the mirror close. It removes the noise that hides your reflection. But only through stillness can that reflection be seen clearly. The stillness of the 6th November will not come from peace around you. It will come from awareness within you. Even if the world shakes, your presence can remain unshaken. This is the lesson. This is the teaching that transforms chaos into understanding. You cannot control what happens outside, but you can control how deeply you stay rooted. The deeper your awareness, the less power chaos has over you. The world can move, but you do not have to move with it. Stillness is not isolation. It is connection. It is aligning your energy with the universe instead of fighting it. When you are still, you begin to feel the flow of life as it really is, not as the mind imagines it. You begin to sense that everything, even the storm, moves according to order. The 6th November will remind humanity of that hidden order. The destruction that appears is simply the outer world making space for balance to return. On this day, choose to stand still inside your awareness. Do not drown in other people's noise. Do not chase their panic. Let them shout, let them fear. You stay silent and aware. That silence will guide you through. It will show you that calm is not the absence of motion. It is the mastery of response. When you live from this state, nothing can pull you away from yourself again. You become anchored, immovable, clear. The energy of 6th November will be intense, but it will also be sacred. It will strip away everything that keeps you from your inner space. It will take what you thought you needed, so you can finally see what truly matters. Stillness is not the end of movement. It is the beginning of right movement. It is the point where action becomes conscious, where choices align with truth. Without stillness, every action is reaction. With stillness, every action becomes purpose. You are being prepared for depth, not comfort. The 6th November will show you that calm is not given, it is earned through awareness. Each moment of stillness you hold will protect you more than any plan, any control, any effort. This is the real strength the universe teaches. The power to remain awake when others fall asleep in fear. When everything outside becomes uncertain, stillness becomes your only home. Return to it. Breathe into it. Guard it like sacred fire. Do not let the world's noise extinguish it. The 6th November will be the test and the teacher. A mirror that shows whether you live as awareness or as reaction. Those who hold stillness will move through the storm untouched. Those who don't will learn why silence was the answer all along. The universe is not asking you to hide. It is asking you to be still. It is asking you to see that true power does not come from fighting, but from understanding. The 6th November will reveal the difference. When the storm passes, what remains will be those who have learned to stand quietly in truth. That stillness will not only save you, it will awaken you, and once awakened, you will never be shaken again. The 6th November will not ask you to fight, it will ask you to surrender, not to weakness, not to fear, but to truth. The energy of this day will move like a wave, strong, unstoppable, pure. You cannot resist what was meant to transform you. The more you resist, the more it hurts. The moment you let go, the pain becomes wisdom. Transformation never comes to destroy you. It comes to release what you no longer need. The 6th November is the day that truth demands surrender. Human beings have learned to hold on to everything, to people, to control, to beliefs, to pain. They build walls around what is already falling. They call it strength, but it is fear disguised as courage. The universe does not move with force. It moves with flow. When you flow, you are in harmony. When you hold on, you create friction. The 6th November carries the vibration of friction ending. Everything you have refused to release will rise to the surface. It will not ask gently. It will remove itself because it must. Surrender is not giving up. It is giving into truth. It is the understanding that what leaves is not meant to stay. You cannot walk forward while carrying what belongs to yesterday. The energy of 6th November will teach this sharply. It will take away what was already gone inside you, even if your hands still hold it. Do not fight that process. The more you trust it, the more you will see that loss is not the opposite of growth. It is the doorway into it. For too long, people have been afraid of endings. They want change, but they do not want the part of change that burns. But the 6th November is fire. It will burn away everything false. And if you resist, it will burn harder. If you accept, it will cleanse. That is the difference between suffering and transformation, resistance. When you stop resisting, you begin to rise. The universe does not punish. It purifies. It removes what keeps you small. On this day, you will feel the energy of surrender calling from deep within. It will not be calm at first. It will come with confusion, with emotion, with a pull you cannot explain. You may feel like something is being taken from you. But look closely. It is only the false identity that dissolves, the masks that you wear to please, to hide, to survive. They cannot survive this energy. The 6th November does not accept masks. It shows what is real, and what is real does not need protection. The most powerful lesson hidden inside surrender is trust. When you trust, you stop questioning why, you start understanding how. You realize that the universe is not against you, it is guiding you. Every ending carries direction, even if you cannot see it yet. The 6th November is not chaos, it is choreography. Everything that falls away is making space for something greater. Your only task is to trust the process, even when it feels uncomfortable. Surrender is strength in its highest form. It takes courage to stop fighting what is. It takes awareness to say, I will let this teach me. Those who surrender on 6 November will move forward with lightness. Those who resist will feel the weight of their own grip. What you hold on to too tightly begins to crush you. The universe is not taking anything from you, it is freeing you from what you no longer need to carry. Look at nature. It never resists change. Trees do not mourn when they lose their leaves, they surrender to winter. Rivers do not fight the rocks, they flow around them. Every part of nature understands the rhythm of letting go. The human mind forgot this wisdom. The 6th November will remind it. The moment you stop fighting the flow, life starts to move through you again. That is how healing begins, not by force, but by release. Surrender does not mean you stop acting. It means your actions come from awareness, not fear. When you surrender, you still move, but your movement is peaceful. You speak, but your words carry clarity. You work, but without resistance, everything becomes lighter because you are no longer swimming against the current. This is the power of 6 November. To teach movement through acceptance, to replace struggle with flow. The universe has lost patience not with humanity, but with hesitation. It is not anger that moves the energy of 6 November. It is necessity. Growth has been delayed for too long. Awareness has been avoided for too long. This day is the reminder that evolution cannot wait forever. You must evolve or be forced to evolve. The difference is in your willingness to surrender. Resistance makes the lesson painful. Surrender makes it graceful. Transformation demands that something dies, an old habit, an old belief, an old version of you. You cannot carry the old self into the new vibration. The 6th November will expose the gap between who you have become and who you are meant to be. It will not let you hide from it anymore. The only choice is to surrender to the process of becoming, to let what is false fall, to allow truth to rise. When you surrender, you stop trying to control how growth happens. You begin to see that growth is not about effort, it is about alignment. The 6th November will make that alignment visible. The universe has waited long enough for you to trust it. When the shift comes, do not panic, do not cling, breathe, let go. You will not fall. You will rise differently. Every time you surrender, you rise higher. There is beauty in surrender. It is the moment when the human and the divine meet. It is when your will and universal will merge into one direction. That is when peace begins. Not from comfort, but from clarity. The 6th November will give you this moment if you allow it. It will break you open, not to hurt you, but to show you what was always inside you. Awareness, strength, freedom. The 6th November will not be gentle, but it will be honest. It will not comfort you, but it will free you. And when the wave of energy passes, those who surrendered will not feel broken. They will feel clean, they will feel light, because in surrender, nothing is lost. Only illusions disappear, and in their absence, truth finally breathes. The 6th November carries a truth that cannot be ignored anymore. It is the day when silence will speak louder than every noise. It will not come to comfort you. It will come to awaken you. The world outside may still look the same, but inside, something begins to move. Slowly, powerfully, unavoidably. You will feel it in the way you think, in the way you react, in the way your heart answers life. It will not ask for permission. It will show you that growth waits for no one. The 6th November is not just another day. It is a mirror, a test, a reminder that the time to rise has arrived. Growth is not a reward, it is a demand. The energy of 6 November will not wait for you to feel ready. It will bring situations that challenge your comfort, expose your fears, and strip away your excuses. It will teach you that truth is not soft. It does not whisper. It shakes the soul awake. You will understand that comfort is the greatest trap. It makes you survive when you are meant to live. And this day will not let you stay asleep any longer. You must face yourself now. Not the version that the world sees, but the one that hides behind your silence. The 6th November will not negotiate with your limits. It will break the illusions that make you weak. Every time you choose comfort over courage, you bury your potential deeper. Every time you delay action, you delay life. This day brings a vibration that pushes you to act, to decide, to step beyond hesitation. It does not care for what is easy, it cares for what is true. You were not born to remain the same. Change is your nature, growth is your responsibility. But you have forgotten. You wait for signs, for permission, for perfect timing. The 6th November will not give you any of these. It will give you one thing only, a moment where truth becomes impossible to deny. In that moment, you will feel that the old path no longer fits. You will know that staying still is no longer peace, it is decay. Do not fear the intensity of this energy. The 6th November does not come to destroy, it comes to refine. It will challenge everything that is weak within you, because strength can only appear when weakness is exposed. You will see the parts of yourself that you've avoided, your fears, your doubts, your attachments. Do not run from them, look directly into them. That is how light enters darkness, not by escape, but by awareness. The 6th November will demand presence, not half-hearted attention, not distracted effort, but full presence. It will ask you to stop living in the past and stop escaping into the future. Growth only happens now. Every breath you take on this day carries a silent lesson. If you cannot be here, you cannot awaken. The power of life hides inside this moment, and only those who are present can see it. On this day, old patterns will rise, not to trap you, but to test you. You may feel anger, sadness, restlessness, or confusion. These are not your enemies, they are signals. They show you where you are still chained. The 6th November will reveal where your energy is still leaking. Do not react, observe. When you observe without judgment, transformation begins. You become aware. And awareness burns away illusion faster than any fire. The most powerful teaching of this day is responsibility. No one can save you. No one can change your life for you. You can listen, learn, pray, but until you decide to act, nothing changes. The 6th November will make this truth clear. It will not bring miracles. It will bring clarity. It will show you that the power you seek has always been within you. You are not waiting for life to change. Life is waiting for you to rise. Do not confuse peace with avoidance. Peace does not mean silence. It means strength in motion. The 6th November will bring movement, inside and outside. It will show you that stillness is not about standing still. It is about acting from balance. You will feel tested by people, events, emotions. But remember, the test is not outside. It is always inside. The real battle is between the old you and the one trying to emerge. You must decide which one survives. The 6th November gives you the power to choose. You can repeat, or you can evolve. You can hide, or you can rise. You can fear, or you can trust. There is no middle path anymore. Growth is not a gentle climb, it is a leap. The moment you take that leap, the universe aligns itself with your courage. Every door that was closed will open, but only after you move first. This day is sacred because it brings awareness wrapped in pressure. The pressure you feel is not punishment, it is preparation. It is shaping you, sharpening you, purifying you. The energy of 6 November will not let you stay small. It will call you to expand. In thought, in heart, in action. You will feel the urge to shed what limits you. And that is not a coincidence. It is life demanding your evolution. You must become the master of your mind. The 6th November will reveal how your thoughts control you. If your mind remains undisciplined, you will feel chaos. If your mind becomes clear, you will feel power. The difference lies in awareness. Stop letting your thoughts drag you like a storm. Observe them, guide them, command them. The real strength is not in control of the world, it is in control of the self. The 6th November is not only a day, it is a doorway. Beyond it lies a version of you that you have not yet met, stronger, calmer, wiser. But that version will not appear by chance. It will appear through choice. You must choose awareness over distraction, courage over comfort, truth over illusion. Every decision you make on this day will echo beyond it. Every act of awareness will carve a new path for your destiny. The time for waiting is over. The 6th November does not belong to hesitation, it belongs to awakening. The energy of this day does not whisper. It commands, it calls every sleeping soul to rise, to see, to act. Those who answer will never be the same again. Because on this day, growth is not an idea, it is a living force. And once it touches you, you cannot return to who you were. You begin to move differently, see differently, live differently. You become what life was waiting for all along, awake.